Mom, look whom I've brought today for you to meet. This is my girlfriend, Mala. Mala smiles politely and greets her respectfully. Miss Chip says, Mom, this is her father. The old woman angrily says, the gifts you people have brought. Why have you put them down there? Place them here on the table in front of me. Mala and her father get confused, then pick up the gifts from the floor and place them on the table in front of the old woman. The old woman angrily says, Son, go and bring something for me to eat and leave them here with me. I'll talk to them. Mala and her father are surprised. Henry smiles and says, you people sit down and talk. I'll be right back. And he leaves. Mala and her father come and sit on the sofa. The old woman angrily says, do you people want to say something about yourselves? The old man says, we belong to a small family, and my daughter is the only girl who went to the city for studies. Your son studies with her, so they like each other. That's why we have come to talk to you. The old woman angrily says, by the way, my son has no shortage of girls. Since my son likes her, I will get him married. The old man says, we have also come because they both like each other. The old woman says, for that, you people will have to accept some of my conditions. The old man says, there are usually small conditions in marriage. You tell us, what is it? The old woman says, these are not small conditions. I have very big conditions. If you can fulfill them, then stay. Otherwise, leave. The old man says, you speak. We are ready to fulfill your conditions. The old woman, mocking Mala, says, first tell me, this bracelet on your hand and the chain around your neck, where did you buy them from? Such cheap things. Mala, smiling, says, these were gifted to me by your son. The old woman says, my son gives gifts according to status. That's why he gifted you such cheap things. Mala seriously says, but these look very nice. Why don't you like them? The old woman angrily says, wretched girl, if I didn't like them, I didn't like them. People like you talk like this. I don't like you at all. You're arguing before marriage. I will not let this marriage happen. The old man seriously says, leave it. She's just a child. She doesn't understand. Tell us, what conditions were you talking about? Mala also seriously says, go on, say it. The old woman angrily says, you're asking as if you will fulfill my conditions. If you will, then I'll tell you. The old man says, we assure you, we will fulfill every condition. Just tell us. The old woman angrily says, at the time of marriage, you will give my son $2 million. And after the marriage, your daughter will not return to the village. She will cut off all relations with you. Mala, in anger, is about to say something, but the old man stops her and says, you go on. I'm listening. The old woman angrily says, the second condition is that after marriage, your daughter will have no relationship with you and will never return to your village. If ever needed, we will tell her. Otherwise, without our permission, she will never go, even if you die. The old man angrily says, I regret to say this, but none of your conditions are acceptable to us. Come, daughter, let's go. And they both get up and leave. The old woman angrily stops them and says, take these wretched gifts with you. The old man angrily says, we have seen your true face. We are very rich and don't even live in villages. I will not marry my daughter to your son. The old woman, changing her tone, says, I already understood you are not poor. You live in the city and are very rich. I was just joking to see your response. You got angry. There's no need to go. I am ready to get my son married to your daughter. Mala angrily says, wretched woman, you have no interest in your son's marriage. You only care about money. We will not marry your son. The old man angrily says, if we hadn't tested you today, we would have made a big mistake and given you a lot of money. You failed our test. Come, daughter, there's no need to make a relationship with such a family. And they both leave. How did you like our story?